We're here now with Dax Shepard, co-host of the popular podcast Armchair Expert. Dax, welcome to morning television. You just saw full morning television.
Yeah,
Spectacular.
I enjoyed it. And I'm hoping that she finds love on the dance floor.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
You know, your podcast has struck such a chord. You just signed on to a new deal as well. What can we expect in the new season? And what do you think is the source of that appeal?
You know, first of all, it was all an incredible shock to me. I think the very first episode was my wife and I thought that would be very easy to record because I know her well. And it was a disaster, and we fought and bickered the entire time, and even debated whether or not we should release that into the world. But we did, and it kind of overnight was really, really big. And again, it was really shocking. I didn't have any real fantasies of what it could be. I didn't really know what a podcast could be, but it just continues to be wonderful. We're in year 7, and we have this great new deal at Wondery, and we're starting to do videos. So it just keeps growing, and I keep getting guests that I can't believe are willing to come to my house and talk to me in my attic.
Like your mom.
Yeah, my mom was there, although she, again, had to do that. She's my mom.
Kristen Bell and you, your wife, Kristen Bell and you, I think one of the things, I'm a listener, and I think one of the things people are really drawn to is that you do share a lot. You talk about couples therapy. You've talked about the importance of that in your relationship.
Yeah.
How important, when you set out to do this, how important was it to you to be vulnerable and really put yourself out there?
You know, I think I knew, probably just from being a big fan of Howard Stern my whole life, like I knew that you couldn't be in this format, this medium, without being Komodo open. It's just kind of the compact with the audience is like, you're going to just have to be really honest and include everything that's going on in your life. That's the nature of it. So I think I entered it with that understanding, but also just 20 years in recovery. I'm very used to talking openly around strangers. So I think I had inadvertently been practicing for it for quite a long time. But yeah, I think for Kristen and I, we get this, you know, people hashtag relationship goals, and it's very, very flattering, but we feel some obligation to go like, oh yeah, it's also a beatdown half the time. We have 2 little kids. It's brutal. We hate each other for long periods, and then we repair, and I'm sure I'm clearing my throat in the morning, and she's like, how do I get out of this house with this throat clearing? Is this the rest of my life? But yeah, I just think being honest about, you know, the work that goes into it is important. I don't think you're going to have a star-crossed lover, you know, event in your life and it'll be easy. I think anything you like in life is going to be challenging and require work.
Respect.
Tell us about the family square ritual.
Oh, this was invented by Kristen. Maybe she stole it from a parenting book. I don't know. I'm going to give her credit here on live TV. But when there's an issue in our house burbling up, we have 9 and 11-year-old little girls. They're perfect. But issues do burble up, and people can call a family square. And I think the key element is everyone has to sit on the floor. And I think this is really a note for me because I'm much larger than all of them. And my wife is always reminding me, like, sure, you're talking in the same volume, but you're up very high and it's very intimidating. So let's get you on the ground. So I'm as low as I can go. And then there's no interrupting. It's a little bit of a ceremony, and everyone gets to air their grievances, and we talk it all out. And it goes pretty well most of the time.
What's the maximum number of family squares you've done in one day?
Well, luckily they're usually one-offs, but they can last. We have been trapped in a family square for over an hour for sure. In fact, we just had one recently where I was in the middle of it going, what's the time limit of the family square? Because I think we're going in circles.
What's the biggest thing you've learned about yourself and your family through all of this?
Well, I've learned, I think if anyone is impatient, they should have kids. I think I've learned to be patient, which has really ended up transferring to my whole life. And I don't know if I would have learned that without kids. And then I've just learned that I was very lucky in that Kristen has proven to be, I already thought she would be an incredible mom, but she's really off the charts. Couldn't be a better mom. I'm so grateful that my children have her in their life. So that's been a wonderful reveal. It could have gone the other way. It sometimes does.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Yeah,
New
thanks for
season of
having me.
Armchair Expert is available now on Wondery and also YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts.